Scientists have found places where time literally moves backwards, where your coffee gets hot instead of cold, where broken glass puts itself back together, and where aging actually reverses. What I'm about to show you will mess with everything you thought you knew about reality, which, let's be honest, probably wasn't much to begin with. Time isn't what you think it is. But then again, neither is my YouTube channel's upload schedule, so who am I to judge? Right now, as you watch this, and probably question why you clicked on yet another Scientists Discovered video, there are spots in our universe where yesterday happens after tomorrow. Places where the broken thing fixes itself before it breaks. Places where Einstein himself probably said, well, this is awkward. Let's start with black holes, because apparently I enjoy explaining things I barely understand to people who probably understand them better than I do. Scientists figured out that if you could somehow survive near a black hole's edge, which, spoiler alert, you can't, time doesn't just slow down, it can actually flip around and go backwards. Picture this. You're having a terrible day near a black hole, because your day planning skills are apparently as bad as mine, and you drop your coffee mug. Instead of adding to your problems by smashing on the ground, the pieces would jump up, stick themselves back together, and land perfectly in your hand. The coffee? It actually gets hotter instead of cooling off, which is more magic than my actual coffee maker has ever performed. This isn't some movie plot I'm making up because I ran out of video ideas. This is what Stephen Hawking actually discovered. He called it time reversal symmetry, and it broke all the rules of physics, much like how my attempts at explaining physics break all the rules of making sense. But here's where things get really strange. And trust me, coming from a guy who once made a 20-minute video about why pigeons are secretly plotting against us, that's saying something. NASA found this happening right here on Earth, deep underground in quantum physics labs where scientists are apparently way cooler than I'll ever be. They made tiny time reversal zones where particles literally travel backwards through time. Dr. Sarah Chen at MIT, who definitely has more PhDs than I have functioning brain cells, watched particles that got younger instead of older. She said, "We saw atoms become unborn. It shouldn't work. But there it was," which is basically the same thing I say about my YouTube career. And that's not even the weirdest part. Remember me mentioning broken glass fixing itself? Scientists at CERN, those people who are actually smart, recorded this happening. They broke a glass plate and watched it unbreak. The pieces flew backwards and became whole again. Meanwhile, I can't even put together IKEA furniture in the right direction of time. The lead scientist on that project quit the next day. He said, "Some things we discover, maybe we shouldn't have," which is exactly what my mom said when she found my browser history. Moving on. But there's more, because apparently the universe loves messing with us almost as much as YouTube's algorithm loves messing with creators. Astronomers found entire chunks of space where time flows backwards. They call it the Andromeda Paradox Zone, which sounds like a really bad sci-fi movie I'd probably watch at 2 a.m. Professor James Wheeler, who clearly has his life together, unlike yours truly, documented dying stars that suddenly came back to life, like cosmic zombies, but with better special effects than The Walking Dead's later seasons. And get this, Wheeler's team found temporal echoes, where the same event happens multiple times in reverse order. They watched one supernova explode, then unexplode, then explode again. It's like the universe has commitment issues, which honestly I can relate to. The European Space Agency tried to keep this quiet, probably because they didn't want people like me making videos about it. But leaked documents show they've been tracking over 200 temporal anomaly zones. 3 are moving toward Earth. So that's comforting. Here's what might keep you up tonight, assuming my voice doesn't put you to sleep first. Some scientists think these time reversal spots are getting bigger. Dr. Lisa Rodriguez at Harvard did the math, something I definitely cannot do, and found these zones grow by 0.003% every year. At this rate, parts of Earth could experience backwards time within a century. Picture waking up tomorrow, getting younger as the day goes on, which honestly sounds better than my current aging situation, watching your coffee steam while it turns to ice, seeing rain fall up into clouds. This isn't fantasy. It's what happens when physicists get bored. But the scariest discovery? Some researchers think we've already been inside a time reversal zone. What if every time you get déjà vu, that "didn't I just watch this exact YouTube video yesterday" feeling, that's your brain catching time moving backwards? Dr. Michael Torres found that people near quantum labs get déjà vu 300% more often, which explains why I keep making the same video mistakes over and over again. But Torres discovered something weirder. He interviewed 1,000 people and found 23% reported reverse memories, remembering events that hadn't happened yet. One woman described a car accident 3 days before it occurred. Another guy started hearing conversations backwards, which honestly might explain some of my comment sections. Torres documented people aging backwards, wounds healing before they happened, and one man's gray hair turning brown again. Meanwhile, I can't even reverse my receding hairline with expensive shampoo. The government classified Torres' research because apparently my tax dollars fund keeping cool science secret. But he leaked one report before mysteriously disappearing. It read, "We are not studying time reversal. Time reversal is studying us," which sounds ominous, but also like something I'd put on a t-shirt. Dr. Elena Vasquez at Stanford discovered that time anomalies affect consciousness itself. People exposed to time reversal start thinking backwards, making decisions based on outcomes that haven't happened yet. Her subjects began solving problems in reverse, starting with answers and working backwards to questions. One mathematician solved a centuries-old proof by thinking backwards. He said, "I didn't solve it. I remembered the solution from tomorrow," which is how I feel every time I accidentally make a good video. Vasquez's most disturbing finding: these people couldn't turn it off. They became trapped between yesterday and tomorrow, never living in the present. She wrote, "We may have created a new form of consciousness, one that exists outside linear time." Honestly, that explains a lot about my viewers. And then there's the Moscow incident. In 2019, a Russian lab had a temporal cascade failure. For 3.7 seconds, time moved backwards in a 6-block radius. Security cameras recorded people walking backwards, cars driving in reverse, birds flying backwards. It was like the world's worst music video. 17 people were hospitalized with temporal displacement syndrome, which sounds made up but apparently isn't, with memories of future events and aging in reverse. One woman lived an entire day backwards, watching her coffee get cold, then hot, then cold again. Still better customer service than my local Starbucks. Einstein's final notes contained one sentence nobody talks about. Time isn't a river flowing one way. It's an ocean with currents going everywhere. Which sounds profound, but coming from a guy who couldn't comb his hair properly, maybe we should take it with a grain of salt. Think about what this means. Every choice you make might be the result of something that hasn't happened yet. Every moment might be playing in reverse somewhere else, which would explain why I keep making videos about things I clearly don't understand. So the next time your watch runs backwards, or you feel like you've lived this moment before, or you're watching a YouTube video that feels oddly familiar, remember this: you might not be going crazy. You might just be experiencing time flowing the wrong way. Or you might be going crazy. Honestly, both are possible. The biggest secret isn't just that time can move backwards. It's that it might already be happening around us, and we're too busy scrolling through TikTok to notice. If this somehow made sense to you, which honestly surprises me more than it should, hit subscribe. Because in a universe where yesterday comes after tomorrow and I somehow have a YouTube channel, literally anything is possible. Drop a comment about your weirdest time experiences, because according to science, you might not be losing your mind. You might just be picking up on reality's biggest glitch. Or you might be losing your mind, but hey, at least you're not alone.